Gilberts, welcome to my live video, and it comes with a question. You're frustrated, you don't know why, here's why, and I'll talk about it in a minute. For those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing for over 40 years. I share a lot of what I've learned in my journey on these live calls. I started in this business totally broke, sold a junk truck to get started, put $200 into my business, and the last 28 years now, I've been full-time in network marketing. If you have to work, there's no place like home. So I'm going to acknowledge some great people. John Perez, what's up? In Florida, Alinea in Tennessee, Jody Collins, good evening. In Alabama, good to see you. Ciro in Salt Lake City, Utah, good to see you. Rocio in California, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm doing it from my gym tonight. Yvonne, good to see you. Good to see you in Florida. Good to see you. Gary in Manila, Philippines. You're the furthest one out, man. Good to see you. And Michael Smith in Texas. Good to see you. Hey, Ken, don't know where you're from. Nice to see you. But he says Sir Jeff, so that sounds like a Filipino. Georgia in New York City. Good to see you. Filipinos are always so polite. They're incredible. And Chuck, nice to see you. Don't remember where you're from, but nice to see you. And let me see, Miss Lee, annyeonghaseyo, South Korea. Nice to see you. Yeah, boy, you in the Philippines, you're the furthest ones out. Lisa in Florida, good to see you. Isn't that amazing how Koreans, man, it's like English is not their first language by any means. Arlena, nice to see you. And Charles in Georgia, good to see you. But she gives me a thumbs up when I say that. See the Korean characters right there. She's incredible. She really tries hard to understand these lives. She's so awesome. Lupita in California, good to see you. And Eve in the Philippines, another Filipino. Nice to see you. Hey, Kathy. Kathy Sue. How are you? Nice to see you, Kathy. And D-Hay, Flora is there. Nice to see you. Oh, Lisa says she lived in Seoul for 2 years. Okay. So hopefully that was pleasant. I love Seoul. It's incredible. I always love going back to Seoul. It's so fun. And we, oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, fall's coming on, or, so the roses still grow in the fall. Yedalai in Northeast India. Yes, clear out in Northeast India. Now I think you're the furthest one out. Islian, nice to see you. Islian, nice to see you, Yedalai. And Marvin in the Philippines, good to see you. Yeah, I love Korea, Lisa. One thing beautiful about South Korea is it's a lot like the United States. They have incredible seasons. You know, the 4 seasons, perfect. Beautiful springs. Nicole, nice to see you. Beautiful seasons. Their spring is incredible. Their Japanese cherry trees. I planted Japanese cherry trees here because I was inspired by that. In their falls, it's just like, you know, they have falls just like we do here in the Great Smoky Mountains. So just beautiful seasons there. I just love Korea. So here's the thing. Sometimes I titled this, "You're frustrated, you don't know why, here's why." Okay. Hey, Jennifer. Nice to see you, Jennifer. Miss you. You know, sometimes people are just frustrated and they don't know why. And the reason is because many go through overwhelm. It's like they got so many different things going on. They're the juggler, you know, and I don't know if you're good at juggling. My son, Alexander, is very good at juggling. I am not good at juggling, okay? You know, if you give me maybe 2 balls, I can do it, maybe, okay? You throw a third in there, man, that's it. I'm toast. That's it. They're all going to drop. Doing this business is sort of like that. But it doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to be jugglers. But we can have so many things coming at us. How many of you feel that? And you can even comment about what that is for you. But you can go through overwhelm. So it's not what's wrong with network marketing or that you're not good for network marketing. It's just that you're so freaking frustrated sometimes in what you go through. So we could hit on a few things, talk about a few things that are very common. And then what the solution is. What's the action step for that? So the first I was thinking is the fact that so many that join network marketing just try to figure it out. They just try to go their way and figure it out. How many of you have been guilty of trying to figure it out? Just go your own way. And some of you had no choice because you're basically an orphan in network marketing, meaning you don't have a mentor to mentor you on how to do the business. And it's really not his fault or her fault because she didn't have a mentor that understood the business. So incompetency breeds incompetency, right? And it's not your fault. You're just a victim of it, but so were they. So many could, and there's no question about it. You know, if you look at my good friend Ray Higdon, why he's done so well in his coaching business, that is an obvious example of people without a sponsor and a mentor to help them. Ray has got thousands of people that have flocked to him because they wanted a mentor. They needed coaching, they needed training. And so, and they weren't getting it in their company, they weren't getting it from their upline. So that's a common thing. So the thing about it is, it's okay that it's not your fault, but it's not okay if you're going to persist in things that don't work. You know, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results, right? And so if we're doing things that we're not seeing results, and your upline says, it just takes time, it just takes time. No, time doesn't cure what doesn't work. You know, there used to be a saying that practice makes perfect, right? It's not true. Perfect practice makes perfect. That's right, because if we're doing the wrong things and we think that giving more time to it, just do more of it, that the outcome is going to change. I'm going to tell you, I've had many distributors in my organization that thought that way. They thought that way because they were just told by their upline, it just takes more time. No, it takes a new strategy. It really does. It means that the way you're presenting it, people don't like it. It's not that they don't like you, they just don't like it. If you learn how to present it right, then they like it. So the key here is seeking out help. If we're doing things, trying to do things on our own, and I've had leaders like that, really. I mean, I can think of one man that used to have a very nice downline, but he was the Lone Ranger, man. He did not want any help. He was too proud. Too proud, had ego. He's going to do it his way. Doesn't want any help. And as a result, his organization continued to shrink. Now very little of it's left because he smothered his downline and didn't allow any outside influences coming in. So the thing is, seek it out. Now you're doing that. You're on a call right now. So you're talking to somebody or listening to somebody who's been doing this 40 years. And I'm one of those and Ray Higdon will tell you, I'm very teachable. In other words, we must have the mindset, I guess, the mindset or mental posture. That's the word I was looking for. Where we are the eternal student. When we think we're a master and we know it, that's when we quit learning. If we can stay in a state of curiosity, we can get better at this. And why is that important? It's because we always see paradigm shifts. Now, 40 years ago, as I saw it through the years, paradigm shifts. What do I mean by that? I mean that as society changes in the way that they communicate, the way they share information, things like that, whatever's popular for them, if we're not coming around to that, they're not listening to us. And we can do things that used to work and they work great, but now it doesn't work. For example, conference calling. If I invited all of you to get on a conference call with me tonight to hear this material, maybe only a few would show up. Why? Because that's not the way you do it anymore, right? Zoom calls, fine. Facebook Lives, fine. YouTube videos, fine. There are certain things that people use, and that's the thing. So as time shifts and technology shifts and new ways are created, we have to adapt and change. And that's always been my forte. I've always been willing to adapt and stay curious and change. I mean, in January, I'll be 65 years old, and I'm talking to you guys about social media. I've been doing it for the last couple of years. I'm 65, and I'm telling you this stuff, right? So I love my youngest son, Arthur. He's 12 years old, but I remember when he was 11, we had a conversation about TikTok, and Facebook, and he said, we were talking about TikTok, and he said, Daddy, Facebook is for old people. Okay, so that means I should be doing TikTok? No, you wouldn't be good at TikTok, Daddy. Facebook's for you. That kind of stuff kills me. Okay? All right, so when it comes to, again, going back to this, why people get frustrated, it's because they persist in doing things that don't work. So find a mentor. If you're not a rank maker, be a rank maker. And I think there's tremendous value there. And then getting on these lives, and then if you respect an accomplished leader out there and you like their training too, plug into it. But start doing something different that works. One of the other things that frustrates people is time. Time. It's not so much time, it's their lack of control of time. So some will just want to throw themselves into this, get their business going, get it flying. I mean, really get it moving, right? And when you do that, you're spending a lot of time with your business, right? And I understand when you want to get it going, it takes more time in the beginning. Totally agree. My first 90 days when I started my last company 21 years ago, I went from 8 to faint. That is 8 in the morning till I faint. For 90 days. I didn't leave the driveway, never did a single meeting, didn't meet with anyone, just had a list and a phone, that's it. After 90 days, I had 800 people. So it was after that, I was exhausted. After that, I was part-time until today, still part-time, right? Amazing. So the thing about it is, though, when some try to get their business going, they get very frustrated. Because if they have a family, they feel guilty that they're spending so much time with the business and they're not spending enough time with the kids, the spouse, or doing family things like that. In other words, they're starting to, feel bad that they're a lousy parent, right? So they feel bad about it. On the other hand, when they go spend time with the family and they're trying to get their business going, then they feel bad about the fact they're neglecting their business. They're worried about their business. They're thinking about this person, that person, blah, blah, blah. It's a no-win scenario. Either way, you're going to feel bad. That's frustration, isn't it? And what's the cure for that? I'll tell you what the cure for that is. It's called priorities. What you have to do is you have to have some priorities. You need to create boundaries. Boundaries are like having a virtual marquee with your shop hours on it. You read the shop hours, so do people who know you. Okay? The importance about boundaries is boundaries help you to feel more fulfilled. Boundaries help you feel more fulfilled. That means instead of feeling bad, doing your business, being with your family, you set the time that you're going to do your business, and you set the time that you're going to do things with your family. So you decide on what days you're going to do that. And if dinner time is with the family, that's a boundary. That's a boundary. And you're going to be there. And at dinner time, that's right. You can tell the family to surrender their electronics. We're going to talk at the dining room table tonight. The kids are going, oh my God. Should I call Child Protective Services? What's my dad doing? Okay, set those times. When you're going to have dinner together. If it's weekends, you're going to do things with the kids. You're going to take them out into the park, or you're going to go play ball, or you're going to go, whatever you're going to do. You have those boundaries, those times. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't ever answer a message if it's important. But I'm talking about, you got to set the boundaries on your time, how much time you're going to spend doing what you do. And that's really important, because once you set that time for your business, here's the next thing you need to do. Be in your business. Don't be wasting time. Don't waste time on social media. I'm not saying if you're trying to reach out to people, find some people, fine. That's called prospecting. But I'm talking about just commenting on a relative's post about their cute dog, things like that. Don't waste your time. I mean, here's the thing. Just have a sense of urgency that you must get things done. Now, how do you do that? So if you're setting these boundaries, you're creating these boundaries so that you can feel awesome about what you do, then you have to begin your day thinking about what's most important and what must get done today. What must get done today. Now, Sundays, you can do an outline for the week. What are the important things that have to happen? If it's prospecting, it's prospecting. If it's prospecting and following up, then it's both. If it's working more with those people that have just joined your team, you have to decide on that. If it's taking time to go to the gym, because you got to take care of yourself. I mean, your body affects your mind. It affects your emotions. It affects your attitude. And then you show up, and if you show up in a crappy mood, then people think, oh, I don't really like her, So, you got to dedicate and allocate time for yourself. So then that means I wouldn't say every hour, but I would say every 30 minutes, you need to have that dedicated to something. Now, it's okay. You want to go to the gym for an hour? I went tonight for an hour. You know, I had a lot of things I was doing today, and then, you know, so then I was thinking, what am I going to talk about tonight? I want to talk about frustration. I'm frustrated. Anyway, so I thought, okay, people get frustrated. Let's talk about that tonight. Okay. What do they get frustrated about? These very things. But I think this is a big one. It's a big one. That they can't be happy in their business and they can't be happy in their family life. Let me tell you, network marketing was supposed to make you a very happy person. And it was supposed to give you back, as it has me, incredible quality family life. Because when it frees you up and, you know, and you can learn how to do this business successfully and be with your family, that's awesome. Totally awesome. So do that. Set those boundaries. And just understand those boundaries represent your values. And when you honor those, you feel fulfilled. You feel fulfilled. That's the thing. So just remember this. When you wake up every day, how you begin your morning is how you end your day. Remember that. How you begin your morning is how you end your day. Most people will wake up and react to their day. They're going to react to their phone. Don't do that. They're going to allow anybody to have access to them at that moment. If you do better in the morning, have a cup of coffee. Maybe you want some pray time, some reading time. If you're a Christian with the Bible, whatever your religious faith is, time to connect with God and then think about what is most important today. Let's write it down. Then do not let that day end without getting it done. Now, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you try to reach out to people. For some reason, they're just not available. What does that mean? Well, you don't give up. That means they go to the next day. And then you're going to reach back out to them. But you do everything you possibly can to be the most productive person you can. And that's what you have to do. So do that. Now, here's the other thing, though, too, is that sometimes, and this is the last frustration I'm going to talk about tonight, things just don't go as you expect them to go. Well, I'm going to tell you a lot of times it doesn't. And that's true for people. The ones who I thought would, didn't, and the ones that I thought wouldn't do it, did. Amazing. It's amazing how that works out. I mean, it's amazing that some people have perfect circumstances for this business. Perfect circumstances. And the ones who don't are the ones who do it. Amazing. But here's the thing. No matter, I mean, and I know, I understand. When it comes to leadership, we can be very frustrated kind of people. Very frustrated kind of people. And that is that, you know, we can look back at the month, at the end of the month and say, well, yeah, it was okay, but it could have been better. And the next month it's okay, it could have been better. Or at the end of the year, yeah, it was okay, could have been better. Here's the thing. It's never going to get better if we're not grateful for what we got. There's a certain law out there. It's carved into the universe. When we cannot appreciate the blessings that we've been given by God, we're not going to get any more. If we can't be thankful for the things that we've been given, we're not going to get any more. And some of the most successful people in this business are the people that have tremendous gratitude. Tremendous gratitude for what they have. When somebody asks me, what do you want? What I got now. What do you mean? You already got it. No, I want it again. You know, what did Churchill say? Success is not final. So when you have a sense of gratitude, thank God, you know, I say, thank God for this. I got a house. Thank God I got healthy children. Thank God I got a business. People love products and have an income. I'm grateful for all that. When you start just coming up with one thing after another, guess what? More things start coming your way. More things. And instead of feeling frustrated, you say, man, gosh, don't I have it good? Don't I have it good? So those are my thoughts tonight. And I appreciate you guys joining me in my gym. And I wish you were here sweating it out with me. But anyway, I appreciate you getting on this call tonight. I'll put some value out tomorrow. And thanks again for joining me. Love all of you. Take care.